Guys, I'm going to do an example in chapter 4, the chapter about descriptive statistics, as opposed to the later chapters involving inferential statistics, and in particular, question number 5, which involves percentiles. And to make it even more confusing, the book wants you to do it 3 different ways using Excel. Again, it's overkill to do it 3 different ways, and we'll see some other complications along the way. Okay. So let's begin with the homework itself. Question I was asked is what chapter 4, question 5 in percentiles essentially. Student already did some of it, so let's clear it. No, we can't clear it. Let's just do, you know what? Let's see the book's example. View an example. We'll go through the book's step-by-step approach with my commentary. So we have data, and let's focus on that for a minute. Let's bring it into, you have to move it over because you can't see the little rectangle. Let's bring it into Excel, which is necessary for this problem. Open it up. This is the previous problem I was practicing with. Don't save. And in reality, we just need this column over here. So let's delete all the junk and just use the column, the time difference column, for this problem. So it turns out there are 3 different methods, and we'll implement them step by step. So the first method is by using a formula nk of 100 plus 0.5. So let's see what that means. So in this example, n is 31. K, they're asking us for the 10th percentile. N is 31, as I mentioned. The data is already in Excel. K is 10 because it's the 10th percentile. And if you multiply 31 times 10 divided by 100, it's 3.1 plus 0.5, which is part of the formula. And that comes out to 3.6, and you round it because you're counting really places, as you'll see in a second. That's the 4th number. Let's go back to our Excel data sheet. Click on any number, home, and you see the sort dialog open, smallest to largest. And this means the numbers are getting bigger. And we want the 4th number, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4th number is minus 21. So the 10th percentile, according to this method, is minus 21, which means there are 10% of the data is below minus 21. There's about 3 numbers. So let's see what the book gets. Book gets minus 21. Thank God. Okay, continue. Now, what about the 90th percentile? Well, the 90th percentile, what you got to do is go back. Oh, do it. No, we never typed in the formula. Well, let's calculate it by hand. We don't need a formula yet. Here's my calculator. So 31 times 90 divided by 100 equals 28.21 plus 0.5 equals 28.71. Round that to 29. So the 29th number, this is the 31st number, this is the 30th, this is the 29th number, which is actually a 28 is the actual value. So let's go back to this. Let's go back to the 31st, the 20, what did I just say? The 31st, 30th, 29th. So the answer is 28. So let's see what the book gave us. 90th percentile is 25. For that, I got to go back to the drawing boards. Got the 90th percentile is 25. What did I do wrong? Let's go back to 31 times 100. Sorry, 31. Sorry again. 31 times 90, the 90th percentile, divided by 100 equals 31 times 90 divided by 100 equals 27.9. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Plus 0.5 equals 28.4. So the 28th number, my mistake. 28th number, 31st, 30th, 29th. The 28th number is indeed 25. So the book was right. I was wrong. And move on. Then they want you to do it by the formula called percentile inc array K. Turns out to be easier to do it in Excel. Let's say put it here, equals, copy that formula. The array is the set of numbers that you're want to get a percentile from. So it's going to be A2 through A32. And K is the percentile, but not 10 like before. Now K is 0.10. The 10 percentile really means 10% and it's 0.10. So the answer is 21. If you put in a 90, it's going to give you 25. So I think it's the same as before. Let's check it out. I think it was minus 21 and 25. Step by step, minus 21, 25, etc. Now the third method is by using the what's called the rank and percentile tool in the data analysis menu. Let's do that. This turns out to be the most problematical, as we'll see in a second. The way to get to that is you go to data, data analysis, rank and percentiles already there because I was just using it. Okay, you type in the data array is A2 to A32, and that's all you need to do. Hit OK, and this is the answer. So these are the percentiles. This is the number, the 10th percentile we just said was minus 21. So here's another way of seeing it. They don't always match up, but by the way, that's why the book's asking you to do it 3 different ways. Because there are duplications. You see, when there's duplications, it depends on how you define the number of numbers, you get a slightly different answer. Okay, but we want, in this case, the 25th percentile. I'm sorry, they want the 10th percentile, which is minus 21. And they want the 90th percentile, which is at 25. So again, we're getting the same answer by this method. So let's see what they get, minus 21 and 25. We're getting the same thing. Now they want you to do a different percentile, not the 10th or the 90th, but the first quartile, which is another name for the 25th percentile. So I'm not going to do it for all 3 of them. I'm just going to do it for that third method, the 25th, and the third quartile, which is the 75th percentile. And the reason why I'm going to do it is because it's just repetitious, but the book gives you bad advice. They tell you, let's continue it. They're doing it by the different methods. Now the rank and percentile is when you have when a number is not exactly there, like for the 75th percentile or 25th, they tell you average it. But that's not really true, and it's not actually what the book does for the answer. So really, it's important to ignore this and do it, to pick the closest upper number. And I'll show you what that means in a second. The rank and percentile for the 25th, let's see if that's right. The 25th percentile, go back to our Excel. 25th percentile is somewhere between 23 and 30. The closest is 23. That's much closer to 25 than 30. So the answer is minus 10. So it's not averaging them. It's picking the closest one. And likewise, the 75th percentile is somewhere between 70 and 76, but 75 is very close to 76, and therefore the answer is 5. So this actually, the averaging is not correct. It's the number that's closest to the 2 numbers above and below the percentile that you're looking for. And that's it. I hope that clarified this somewhat tedious and complicated problem.